What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series and welcome to another episode of Quick Breakdowns, where I take one person off of Discord and I break down their pallet for them. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, guys. Help support the channel. It just drives me to do more videos. And give me a thumbs up. Any questions, leave in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you got like this new segment of the channel in the comment section below. So let's get to Ricky P's pallet. All right, Ricky, first we're going to take a look at your pallet and we're going to let you know what you're doing right. There's a lot of things that I love what you're doing with this pallet. One is we're grouping like cases together. We're keeping them together. I really like how you're doing this. Also, we're keeping cases facing in towards the middle of the pallet. You did it with this big case here. You did it here. You did it here. And what do I say? If you have two like cases, you could face towards the front of the pallet. Look, two like cases facing toward the front. Two like cases facing toward the front. Three like cases facing towards the front. Two like cases faces. Two like. You're doing what I'm preaching. So you're building good pallets. So what are you doing wrong? All right. You are not, you're forcing cases where they don't belong. Okay. If you put a case down and it does not fit, it does not belong. Look at this side of the pallet. We're straight and we got steps the whole way out on the side of this pallet. We're walking out, walking out, walking out. If you put a case down and it does not fit, it does not need to go there. If you cannot find another place on that layer, then put it on the next layer in the front of your pallet. That's what I do. All right, so we're going to take a look at the next view of your pallet right now. So I could get, we see the line right here, that imaginary lines. You're cutting off about a lot of your pallet. So let's take a look at the next picture real quick. So from this view, we can see a lot. We could see that we are hanging off the side of this pallet a lot. This case should not have went here. If you could use blue wood, use blue wood. I get why people like plastic because they can pull out of it easily. It's smaller surface area, just a hair smaller surface area, and underweight, they buckle. I don't like plastic pallets. If we had a piece of blue wood, this might have worked. Well, what I have done with a piece of plastic, removed this case, and I would have spaced out the bottom four cases. Remember, you could space out your base as long as they are strong cases. These four cases would have been spaced out. I would not have been hanging off the side of the pallet like this. So my imaginary line would have been cutting off the whole corner of your pallet. Up here, all over here, we did this. This case, you cannot turn it sideways and face towards the middle of the pallet, like up towards the front of the pallet, then it doesn't need to go there. It needs to go on the next layer up. Also, perforated lines. I got a video coming out with problem cases, and I talk about perforated boxes. Usually they're only perforated on the one side. Face that, because you can already see it popping open. They come open so easy. Face it towards the inside of the pallet, so if it pops or if it crushes, it's leaning towards the inside and not the outside. But other than that, you have a lot of good things going on. Watch my video coming out tomorrow about the cross and the T's. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. And, great pallet, except we're forcing cases in where it doesn't need to be. On this part of the pallet right here, which is your front, I love it. I love everything facing towards the middle, and you got this center column up the middle. If you have to column stack, this is exactly how you want to do it. Now picture, if you're watching this video, if this person would have took all of these cases, every case that's facing towards the middle of this pallet and ran at the length of the pallet, our column would have fell over. But the fact that they're facing cases towards the strongest point of the pallet, they're either centering this column so it's not going to rock, or they even got slight lean going towards the inside because of the way they're centering they're bringing their cases into the middle. So this is exactly how you want to column stack, and this is how you want to stack, period. You want your cases coming to the middle, and you want these cases going back. This is perfect. I love the front of this pallet. So the only thing you got to focus on is quit putting cases where they don't fit. And that means imaginary line. So if I put a case, this is my imaginary line, and I put a case down and it's hanging over the imaginary line, I either turn it, and if it still don't fit, I put it on the next layer. Do not go across your imaginary line. So that's it for this episode of Quick Breakdowns. I appreciate you guys. Leave comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.